waking you up in a way. It's like I never even knew to hear what you say till I find it. Listen above to the words that I hear before I go. Listen for some kind of sign.
So I woke up this morning with a little bit of a headache, which normally means it's time to take a bit of a break from readings and videos. Spending too much time in the ether collecting messages can be a bit heavy on the brain eventually. But this reading was insistent it was going to be done. I was nudged, I was shoved, I was pushed, and in the end I just gave in. I'm thinking there are some of you out there who are probably really wanting this message today, whatever it's going to be. I drew the cards, but I haven't even thought about it, so this is going to really be off the top of my head. And I'm thinking whoever your guardian angels are, whoever is looking after you, they were probably the ones giving me the shove and the push and saying, do this reading. My wards need to hear it. So here goes. The first card that comes up, and we'll start with love and partnerships and then move on to general, is sometimes the heart sees what the eyes cannot. I think when it comes to love on this full moon, oh yes, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed, this is a full moon reading. It's full moon today, 19 July, and it's aspected by Uranus, a hard aspect as such. So there's a bit of a shock, a bit of a surprise coming in, and I think maybe that's why I was pushed to do this reading as well. So what that first card is saying is that if whatever happens gives you that jolt, gives you that shock, and your mind jumps in there and starts telling you stories, rather go with what you feel in the depth of your heart. Your heart's going to have a more accurate gauge of what is happening here compared to the outward circumstances. Go with what your heart says, not with what's happening out there. You see this card has the little Libran sign there in the top right-hand corner, which also means balance. Balance between the heart and the mind is going to be important. So don't just jump off the bus with a reaction. Listen quietly to your heart, because that's the real message coming through. The next card that comes up is the Lady of the New Buds. And this speaks about change being inevitable. As I collected the goodies for this reading and the cards and put the video together, the number 555 came up on my screen. I can't remember why now. It had something to do, and I instantly noticed it. And 5 is about accepting change and a big change happening. And it's normally a change for better. So Uranus is our planet of change. He loves to throw a little, shall we say, curveball from left field. But after you've gotten over the shock of whatever it is, know that this change is a good change. It really is. So it might change things completely, but know in the end, this change will be for good. So accept this change. Be open and willing to go through with this change, whatever it might be. Then the final card is that of retreat. That talks about if you are in a partnership or relationship, the two of you need time out. Switch off that television. Switch off your electronic devices. Withdraw from the world a bit and all that stuff that's happening out there so that the two of you can reconnect. Two of you need to do this together without all that outside influence. And if you're not in a partnership and relationship and you're looking for one, do the same thing. Switch off the television, switch off your cell phone, switch off all the electronic devices, spend some quality time with yourself. Because this is where you will also be downloading those messages and you can listen to your heart. Because regardless of how scary change may be, at the moment the changes that will happen, the end result is going to be for good. It is going to make your life better than it was before. Even though at this particular moment in time, it may not seem that way. But listen to your heart and know that the change is for good. Especially seeing as the 555 came up, it is definitely going to be a change for good. Now, your general forecast reading, the first card that came up is that of the Green Man. And this is also about change. And having to let go of something, basically, is actually more what it says. So in order for this change to happen, you're going to have to release something. That often happens on a full moon. A full moon is often a culmination. Something draws to a close and you need to let it go. So it may, at this moment in time, feel a bit difficult to let it go, but know that it needs to be let go of in order for something new to take its place, is the message coming through here. And here comes Uranus again. This is a sudden message coming in out of the blue, unexpected. I don't usually associate this card with bad news because it has the rainbow in it. So it is foretelling good news eventually. So even though there must be a bit of a shock, a bit of a surprise, you didn't see this coming, inevitably it is going to result in that rainbow. Know that it will result in that rainbow. Then the final card that comes up is the Water Buffalo. And this says, face life head on with courage and reclaim the brave spirit within you. Now, I think that's the adapting to change. That's being receptive to that curveball that's going to come from left field that Uranus is going to deliver, or say courtesy of Uranus, to be brave about this, not to duck your head in the sand, not to avoid it, to know that this time has come and use that brave spirit so that you can welcome this change, because there is a rainbow at the end of this, because the change is going to be good for you in the end. And your heart does know that it's time for this change. So whomever this message was made for out there, I hope it helps you and guides you, and know that your guides were the ones that pushed me to make this for you. If you would like a personal or private reading, so we can take a look at what this unexpected change could be, so we can pinpoint a bit more clearly, this will be very different for all of you, then you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com or via my website, which the link is in the little owl picture that is coming up now or has just been. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks.
Be free. If you wanna stay clear, I can be until you leave. And it's here.